Hello, B Group people. It is Monday, October 5th. You're at home today, and so I'd like to talk through our workflow for today. So you're learning about the Confederation years coming to an end. Our LEQ today, how did Shays' Rebellion prove America needed a better government? We learned last week about the Articles of Confederation government. And once the revolution is over, we thought we didn't want to make a strong government like England had. Remember the big bicep picture? So we created a government that was weak. But this week, at the end of last week, actually, and then today, we're learning about that government is just too weak. It cannot solve the country's problems. And America is falling apart, much like a chocolate chip cookie kind of crumbling into many different pieces. So today, you're going to work on a story called Shays' Rebellion. You're going to read a little bit from your textbook about that. You'll watch an Ed Puzzle video about it, and you'll answer today's LEQ uh, about how did Shays' Rebellion prove America needed a better government. The story takes place in Massachusetts, but it worries a lot of the other states because they have similar problems with a group of wealthy who are controlling everything, a group of non-wealthy people who feel like they're not being taken care of. They're intentionally being cheated by the wealthy, and well, they're right. So that's our story about Shays' Rebellion, which will kind of end our Confederation years discussion. I was saying that some things are good, like the Northwest Ordinance, where we did the 40-acre walk. You could buy a 40-acre piece of property. Some things are bad, like the four problems we did in class at the end of last week. Not having a national army, not having a fair way to tax the states, states arguing over who gets to use the Potomac River for trade, states arguing because every state has its own money system, where Porky Pig and Dorky Pig need some corn from the next door neighbors. They just happen to live across the state line, and it's a real pain for the farmer to go to the next door neighbors and buy corn and bring it back home. So those things are all bad. But today is like the worst thing. That the last straw for many Americans. That we've got to do something better than the Articles of Confederation. Now, one other thing you're going to do today has to do with your trade book. So you are going to contribute to a Clarkey conversation about housing culture of the late 1700s. We're reading our trade books, so you're learning culture of early America. And so today you're doing an activity about housing. Let me open this and show you what you're doing. As we read our trade books, we're learning about culture. So I want you to use your favorite search engine to find a picture of a house built in America between 1750 and 1820. You're going to post that picture. It's okay to copy and paste this time. A lot of times your LEQs, whatever I tell you, use your own work. Well, I don't expect you to build your own 1750s house and take a picture of it. So it's okay to use a picture that you've copied. Just go ahead and do a copy image and paste it in here. You want to make sure you go back and look and make sure I can actually see your picture. Some of the ones that kids gave to me at the end of last week, I can't see the picture. It goes to a link which doesn't work really very well in Canvas. So you're going to copy and paste a picture. You're also going to tell me where that picture of that house is found, and at least in 15 words, describe it. Simply describe it. You don't have to go into a lot of detail. Like, for example, this one I chose is from the 1680s because I didn't want to use up any picture that you could possibly use from the 1750s or later. This is actually the Paul Revere House in Boston, Massachusetts. So, a quick description is it has two stories. It's made of wood. And I know it's made of wood because it's not brick and it's not stone. And that's pretty much wood, brick, or stone are pretty much all our choices in the early or late 1700s. I might say it has a door downstairs and some windows covered by shutters. It has some windows upstairs. Uh, then, if you like fancy words, this house, the top floor is cantilevered over the bottom, meaning the top floor sticks out over the top, over the bottom floor. So, let's give you a short description of what that house is like. You're doing this in a Clarkey conversation that's going to help prepare us for our culture and trade book. You might remember way back at the beginning of the semester, I had you take a picture of your own house or find a picture of your own house and give me a little bit of a understanding of why you live there. Well, that was really in preparation for our trade book and some of our culture activities. All right, so that's our workflow for today. Some articles of Confederation and Shays' Rebellion story, and then working on a little bit of culture for your trade book. You want to be sure you're reading your trade book this week because by the end of the week, your first 5 reading quizzes will be required of you. So you want to make sure you're reading and taking quizzes as you do. Get at least 8 out of 10 right. All right, have a good day.